Welcome to Eurovision Club Germany's annual convention in sunny, shiny Cologne, my hometown as well. Now next to me is Eurovision royalty, and I'm so glad to meet her again. We keep on meeting on a few monthly basis, I think. She won the Eurovision Song Contest for her native country, which is Ireland. It was back in '92 with Why Me, and she was number 2 in 1984 with the song Terminal 3, and the flight was on time to bring her here to Cologne. It's Linda Martin, nice to meet you.
And to see you again, it's lovely. But I think you need to go to an optician because I don't see much sun. Or, you know, so you need to see somebody about your eyes. Cologne is lovely. It's a beautiful city, and I've seen a little bit of it so far, but the sun hasn't actually appeared.
It's there.
Where?
Above the clouds.
Ah, above the clouds. It's lovely to see you again.
Likewise, Linda. You look fantastic.
Thank
So
you.
what's the secret to keep you like that?
Sleep. Yesterday I slept for 13 hours. Why? Because I just came back from America and I was jet lagged, and then I had to get up at 4 o'clock the next morning to get to the airport to catch the flight to get to Düsseldorf, right? So yesterday I was a bit like this. I swear, I just didn't know. I was a bit like you. I could see sun.
Yeah.
You know? And I just went yesterday, had some lunch, and then went to bed, and that was it. Went unconscious. But I feel much better today now. I may not look much better, but I feel much better.
Is it the first time you're in Cologne?
No. I've been in a few places in Germany over the years. You know, the usual places. I was Bremen, Düsseldorf, Berlin, Frankfurt, different places.
What's your favorite German town then?
What did we see now? Oh, I liked Berlin. Mm-hmm. I did actually like Berlin, yeah. And I liked the shops in Berlin. I remember in a taxi with the record company representative, and I passed Thierry Mugler. He's a very famous designer, and he does perfumes as well. And I remember passing his shop, and his taxi stopped, and I was out of the taxi and into his shop, and it was the most amazing stuff I'd ever seen in my life.
Amazing. Let's come and talk a bit about your musical career, and we go way back to the start for me. Okay. When did you discover that you really wanted to become a singer?
Oh, well, I'd been in a church choir since I was a child. And then I started singing around about 16. I was doing weddings and funerals, so you know.
Oh, sad.
Yeah. At least they were dead. I didn't kill them. so I was doing that sort of thing. And then there was a group in Belfast who were looking for a female singer, and they said, would I audition? Now I said yes. My father said no, because I was at school, but I sort of sneaked out of the house and did the audition, and I used to sing on Saturday afternoon in a club in Belfast, and that's really how I started. It was a little bit accidental because they paid me. They gave me a few bob, and I thought this was wonderful. I mean, I'm 16 years of age, I'm singing, I'm getting paid some money to do it, and my poor father was not happy. Not happy at all, because at that stage I'd wanted to be a vet, because I just absolutely love animals, and I did finish school now, but I didn't go to college. I started singing and then went professional, and then just stayed with that group called Chips for many years actually.
Is that the same Chips that actually went for Sweden to represent Sweden at the Eurovision Song Contest?
No, it's not actually. Was there a group called Chips? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Was it back in, was it 84?
Really?
Dark After Dark it was, I think.
Oh, I don't remember that. But yes, I sang with them for ages. And my manager, I don't know if you guys see X Factor, the British X Factor, do you?
No, I don't see, but I follow the news a bit on it.
Alright, okay. Well, one of the judges is Louis Walsh. And he was behind Boyzone and Westlife and Samantha Mump and a few other people in Jedward, of course. But he was my manager since I was a young girl.
Okay.
And he is extremely famous, and I'm not. And he's a millionaire, and I'm not.
You do all the work and he takes the money.
Yes, exactly.
So you can get married to him then, maybe that would be
No, that wouldn't be a good idea.
No, good idea. Eurovision 1984 then came up, and you have been, how many times have you tried to get to Eurovision?
I don't actually remember, but that amuses me, because here's the way I think about it. If a footballer doesn't score a goal on his first match, do you say, you can't play again?
Of course not.
No, you see, so you have to keep trying and trying. And it's like Andy Williams, who won Wimbledon, the tennis championship this year, he has tried so many times and now he's won.
Yeah.
You see, so you just have to keep trying. But I love Eurovision. I've loved it for many, many years, and I really, really wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to win it. So I kept on trying, and people kept offering me songs. You see that? You know, it wasn't as if I was just trying to fish songs out of the air or anything like that. People kept saying, "Look, I have a good song. I'd like to try it. Would you try it?" And that was my goal. I wanted to win Eurovision.
So you have been then meeting the Saint in '84 who wrote the song for you?
Yes, Saint Johnny, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in his house a couple of months ago. I called over to him, and we were sitting drinking coffee and talking rubbish.
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee. Well, it was probably Gold Blend actually. But we were talking about the old days, and obviously about Eurovision. When the orchestra was there, I've just been talking to Christian about the orchestra, and much smaller numbers, because the voting with 45 countries, no, please, it's too long. So we talked about old days, and we talked about people that we both knew that were involved in the contest, and he's fine, he's in great form.
Now, in '84 you came second with Terminal 3, and but how did you actually meet Johnny Logan in '84?
Well, you know, I mentioned Louis Walsh, my manager. Well, Johnny Logan was in the same office. So we were both managed by him, and we just became friends, because in Ireland there was a very healthy music scene in clubs, discos, cabarets, all sorts of things. So Johnny used to do a one-man show. He played guitar and sing, so he might have been on first, and then I was singing with Chips the band, so we would go on afterwards and provide the dance music. So we just knew each other for a long, long time, and he said, "Look, if a song comes up that I think would be suitable for you, you can have it." And Terminal 3 came up, and he thought that was the one for me.
Do you still sing songs of Chips?
No, I don't actually know, because we did mainly covers anyway. There were a few original songs, but not many.
Because I would like to buy this album when we get to it. It's very nice to play it for the fans of Eurovision.
Really?
So Linda Martin is part of it. Is it still available on the shops?
No, it's extinct.
Well, after '84, the Eurovision, how did your career continue then?
I continued working in Ireland, spent a lot of time in Turkey, because the Turkish head of delegation was involved in Terminal 3 with Luxembourg. You know, we were all in Luxembourg, and he said to Louis Walsh, "Would Linda like to come out to Istanbul and do some work there?" And I did. So I relocated for a while, and I lived with him and his partner, and did clubs, all sorts of things out there. Now at that stage, Turkey hadn't been westernized, so they thought, "Oh geez, she's wonderful," you know, they really thought they'd something special. They were not, you know that, you know the way I think. But I went out there, enjoyed a long time working there, loved the Turkish people, and I'm still in contact with them actually.
So you go back to Turkey now and then for holidays or visiting?
I go back to Istanbul. Has got to be one of my most favourite cities in the whole world. I love it, and I'm still in contact with those people who were very nice to me. Really nice.
Wow. We do have something in common, because I also love Turkey. I go every year for holidays.
Do you Istanbul, or where do you go?
The Turkish Riviera, which is like Antalya.
Antalya. I did a concert in a football stadium in Antalya. I can remember that, and went to it from the hotel to the stadium, horse and carriage.
Wow!
Can you imagine that? That's the way it was then. You know, it was, like I said, it wasn't westernized. It was a different country.
And then Eurovision '92 came into your life. Why Me? It was written for you by Johnny Logan.
Yes.
Why did you want to go back to Eurovision? Was it the urge to win?
The urge to win. And learned a lot in '84. I saw how the contest actually functioned, if you like to put it that way. I saw how to deal with the media, people like yourself, and I just realised that maybe some more hard work. Besides the fact that I did believe we had a fabulous song, I had fabulous backing singers, and people all around. I mean, I'm a true believer in that you don't win anything if you're just one person. You need all the pieces of a jigsaw to fit together. And if every piece is in position, then you really have a good chance of winning.
Why Me, the song? And was it really for you the feeling that this is the song I win the contest with?
Yeah, but Michael Ball was there. big star. And Mary Spiteri with Little Child.
Oh yes, I love that song too.
And I like that song, you see. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have opposition, and I reckon those two were definitely going to be in a race with me for the top.
And it was.
It was.
It was. Yes.
It was exactly that. Now Michael Ball, I love, and I'm still very good friends with him. We had great fun with his delegation as well, you know. And Terry Wogan was there, and Terry Wogan said to me, he says, "I think you're going to win," but he said, "I work for the BBC," you know. So he had to be careful. But Christian Clausen was the head of Eurovision then. Do you remember him in '84?
No, I don't.
What do you call the guy in charge of Eurovision?
It's the executive supervisor.
Yes, yes, okay, so that's what Christian Clausen was back in '84, and he said the same thing to me. He said, "I think you will win, but you must forget I said that." I was getting very good vibes from people, and I just reckon Michael Ball or Mary Spiteri are going to beat me. So.
And of course, they were 3rd and 2nd.
Yes, yes. So it's just luck. Listen, it's luck.
I remember those pictures so well, seeing you performing it again, winning it.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to be there in the green room at that time? Because it's different, I think, those days to compare to these days.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, they had alcohol. There was a free bar. And you know the Irish like their drink. So after we performed, and the Irish soothing their nerves with a few little drinks. And Johnny was having a few little drinks. I was the only sober one in the place because I was scared stiff to take a drink. But it's nerve-wracking, but because it was such a smaller, intimate sort of green room in those days, it was a different atmosphere, and we really did have fun with everybody. And then when I knew we couldn't be beaten, I wanted to jump up and shout, and they were holding me down, they were trying to keep me in the seat, but everybody's the same, you do get excited.
Yeah, that's 1992, the winning year and after 92, how did you continue? Because I think you also play theatre and do other things.
Still do theatre, still dance, still act, still do TV presentations in Ireland, and still travel to like Cologne, or I was in Madrid during the summer, different places. If somebody rings and they say we want to book Linda, well, if I can do it and I want to do it, well then that's fine.
How can people get in touch with your management?
She's here.
She's here? Okay.
Yeah, she's here.
It's via a website? Or?
No, you can speak to her. She'll give you her card. And she's been there since Louis Walsh. She ran the office that Louis Walsh worked from. You know, so he's busy with X Factor and things like that now, and Carol took over. So.
You hosted television shows as well. What type of shows did you do?
Pop shows, fashion shows, animal shows, because you know I love my animals. All sorts of different ones.
You still do that?
Yes, still do that. I just had, funny enough, I just had an email just before I left to say that they're going to be doing a new animal show in Ireland in conjunction with the BBC, and would I be interested in taking part? Obviously with a dog, you know. So yes.
Do you have pets yourself at home?
Oh Jesus, yeah.
What type?
Mainly dogs, but we've got horses and cats as well. But I'm animal rescue. That's what I do. Okay. So all my animals are rescued, and I work with a lot of people in my spare time, and we do it because we want to. We spend our own money, and we find dogs, or sometimes dogs are tied to the gates at my house. So at the moment we've got 20 something dogs.
Wow.
And some of them have been there for years and years and years, and some of them are very old, but I live in the country, I have some land, and we rescue them, and if I can find a new home for them I do, but sometimes they've been so traumatized it's not possible, so they just live there and they're happy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That you
and
do
the
that.
horses and the cats as well. Yeah, I love animals.
You have a great, good heart. Amazing, fantastic.
I hope so. But do you know what I think? Show business is it's false. It's plastic. We all know that. So you're acting all the time. So when I go home, I don't have any makeup on. I'm probably just sweatpants and things, and I'm with the animals. And they don't care what I look like.
Yeah.
They just want to be there, and I kiss them.
It's the heart that counts, the feeling that you... Wow, that's amazing. I found something out new about you. That's great. You're originating from Italy, actually.
My father's family, yes. From just outside Milan in a place called Serrano. And the Lazzaroni family went from Serrano to Ireland and this is going back to the 1800s. And in Ireland at that time there was a little enclave called Little Italy. It's still there actually, but the Italians have moved on, but that's where they went to. And the Lazzaronis made statues and carving and things like that. And the Lazzaronis married the Martinis, okay? And the Martinis went from Dublin to Belfast. And my great-grandfather was Francis Martini. And his son fell in love with an Irish girl. And he changed the name to Martin.
And
that's how Martin came about, yes. So I did the family tree with the television program. Do you have a program called Who Do You Think You Are? And they trace the families?
I'm not so sure. Kirsty might know that. Do you know that?
It's not, no, okay, so it was on BBC and then came to Ireland. And I'd been trying to find the family. And we eventually ended up in Serrano, outside Milan, with these people. And they're incredibly successful. They make amaretti liqueur and amaretti biscuits.
No.
And they're solicitors and all sorts, wonderful people. And they live in a converted monastery. So you imagine a square, and the garden is the central square, and they divided up the monastery so as he could live there, and that brother could live there, and this sister could live here. So we arrived with these wonderful people, and there were animals, there were dogs and everything everywhere. And they said to the production team, "Do you think Linda would object to the dogs?" So doesn't it just show you? You know the way they say that your genes are passed, obviously, but obviously that had come from somewhere down the line.
Exactly,
But a wonderful experience, and I found them. And then on my mother's side, I found the Scottish people because my mother's family were Scottish. So it's great.
Martini, doesn't that have to do anything with a drink?
No, and neither do I. No, it's the amaretti they make.
Fantastic. So, what are the upcoming plans? You still produce albums? You're going to the studio?
No, I don't do albums. I work. And I sing all sorts of songs. It could be a very old song. It could be a swing song, you know, something like Frank Sinatra would do with a big band. I do all sorts of things. But when I go back from here tomorrow night, on Monday I'm straight into pantomime rehearsals. You know what pantomime is?
Oh yes, I do.
Yes, I do. So this will be the fourth one I've done with Jedward.
With Jedward?
Yes, with Jedward. 4 years. I'm working. I met them when they were 17, and I was like their coach, their mentor. And then we did panto together, hugely successful because of them, I have to add. And this is the fourth one, Jedward's Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
And I'm the evil mother. I'm the evil mother this time. And I go straight into rehearsals with that, and we open on the 19th of December.
And how long does the pantomime season last?
17 days, 2 shows a day.
Well, we should come over.
You should come over. If you come over to Ireland, I will get you tickets. Don't worry about that. I'll have guest tickets for you if you want to come over.
Wow, fantastic.
When Carol gives you her information today, if you're going to do that, you get in contact with her and I'll sort you out.
Fantastic. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Last year, great Eurovision Winners tour in Ireland. Any plans? We spoke in Malmö about it.
Yes, we did.
But any progress on taking the show across into Europe?
No. And funny enough, now the promoter who did it's here. He looks after Ryan Doland, and it was successful in Ireland. But a huge amount of money needed to be involved in it to put the production on. And originally he wanted to go to Malmo for a week into the Euro Cafe, but he left it too late. And when he tried to put it into operation, Johnny was booked, the cafe was booked, it was too late, right? So it hasn't happened yet, but I loved doing that. I really loved it. And Johnny said it was the best fun he's had in years because, I mean, we've all been there, done that. We all know each other very well. And it worked very well. It was very smooth and we had great fun.
It was for me sitting in the audience in Limerick. It was actually, and it just brings tears in when I saw it that the 7 winners of Eurovision -1. Emma Quinn had a baby.
She had a baby.
She wasn't there, but you took us into the Eurovision history in 3 hours. It was amazing.
I just loved every second of it. Those old songs are wonderful, you know. And Niamh was singing the big songs, you know. And then we had the dancers with us and everything. And I genuinely thought for people of a certain age, because you can't just be young and love Eurovision. It's been there for 50 years or whatever. So you've got people, and you probably saw the age group in the audience. There were grannies there and there were teenagers there. And Eurovision in Ireland meant a lot years ago. It was a huge event. So they remembered all of those songs.
Indeed,
and to sing them. And I think the songs years ago were much better. Now maybe that's just me, but I actually do think the older songs were better. And people were reliving their youth and reliving where they were when that song won the Eurovision, and it really was a great experience. It's fabulous.
You did a fantastic thing. You kept on changing clothes. You came down the stairs, sang 20 seconds of the song.
Oh Jesus, they nearly killed me.
but how do you change dresses so quickly?
We have a wardrobe person there, and literally what he did was, as I walked off, he pulled a dress down as another person dropped the other one over my head. Like, I swear to God, it was mental. But I just think women especially love to see clothes. And if you can give a little bit of variation, well then it works. And it did work, because it was a bit of fun at the same time.
It was amazing, yeah. Linda, thank you very much for chatting to us. I wish you a lot of good luck, success for your future life, and
thank you.
Hope to see you again very soon. I'm sure we'll cross our ways at
we do.
Next Eurovision.
Yes, please. I'm delighted. Actually, I'm always delighted to see you. Always.
Thank you.
And if you
Three times. Go on.
And if you do come over to Ireland at Christmas, we'll meet up again, and we can have a drink or a cup of coffee or whatever you want.
With big pleasure.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks very much, Linda. All the best.
Not at all.